It's coming from Reuters. It's a Reuters exclusive. Currently, there is a program the U.S. government has amongst the DOJ and other law enforcement agencies called the Countering Violent Extremism. This is a program that probably, I don't know all the details, it's a Homeland Security program that deals with all sorts of violent extremism in this country. I think you could also call that terrorism, right? But it doesn't want to be that limited to a technical term of terrorism. The program focuses on U.S. residents. It's separate from a military effort to fight extremism online. May or may not be effective. I don't have a full sense of that. Certainly, it is the case since 2002. More people have died at the hands of white nationalists and racists in this country. But certainly we've also had some homegrown Islamic extremists as well, ostensibly carrying out. So we have this Countering Violent Extremism program, or CVE. And apparently the Trump administration wants to revamp this program and rename it to Countering Islamic Extremism or Countering Radical Islamic Extremism, and would no longer target groups such as white supremacists who have carried out bombings and shootings in the U.S. I guess so that we can get a real sense of how much more damage white nationalists and racists could do left completely unchecked. So there it is, all part of Donald Trump's program to get America working again.
It's like sort of the Nixon principle applied almost. Like it's not terrorism if Muslims aren't doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
By definition.
They don't want to give a heads up to anyone that might be on the opposite side of a battlefield, but give a heads up to the white supremacists who might be wanting to think about planning some terror actions. Over
Heads
the next
up,
4
guys.
years.
We're
not going to be looking.
Things are going to be
a mosque.
lot easier these days.
You want to murder some Planned Parenthood
workers. It's not
workers.
like this stuff ever happens, right? I mean, only in Quebec do you get stuff like that.
But don't we? Right, but that's Muslims' fault too. I mean, don't...
Look, like if you're going to go around and flaunt it by going to your mosque.
Exactly, right. But it's like, it's one thing. I mean, these are like the distinctions that makes this, even this also really terrifying. So if you had like Romney or Jeb or any, I wouldn't be surprised if they did some type of renaming or some type of PR calibration to be like, the main enemy is Islamic terrorism. But this is like a policy directive beyond just like a positioning. So like, how can you interpret that as anything other than a not that subtle wink to groups of, I mean, that's what it is.
Not that subtle wink. It's more like a
green light. Go ahead. Like, please do what you want. Be our stormtroopers.
It's basically announcing like, hey, everybody, we're going to shut down the electricity in New York City this weekend.
Right.
And just in case, I don't want anybody to panic, but we should just tell you also, we're letting all the police off for the weekend. So
that's exactly what it is. So, and this is why these differences matter. Like, this is what you were getting annoyed about before. Like, even some, asshole Republican administration that would use anti-Islamic language, and this is why in these thought experiment morons. But this is the next door. This is the next step, even beyond that. It's
right.
Like it's a policy directive to allow right-wing terrorism, let alone soft pedal the branding of it.